So the cash flow generated from operating activities is arguably the most important part of our cash flow statement. It represents cash flow from the company's core business. Implicitly, if these cash flows can be replicated each year, they can be sustained. They can be repeated again and again and again. Now, key drivers of the cash flow generated from the operating activities are going to be the profit margins the business generates and how effectively the working capital is managed. Key considerations when looking at the cash flow from operating activities include how predictable or volatile these cash flows are. Predictable cash flows are more supportive of debt funding, while operating cash flows, which are volatile, increase the credit risk. In addition, the receipt profile of cash flows gives a really good insight into the company. Are cash flow receipts enjoyed relatively evenly on a daily basis throughout each month? Or are they lumpy and largely enjoyed at the beginning or end of the month? Annual seasonality is also a key consideration here. For example, in the retail space, in the consumer retail space, a lot of businesses do 40% of their annual sales over two critical periods, Christmas and Easter. This has a massive impact on the cash flow receipts. A final consideration is how the company's strategy impacts on the cash flow generated from operating activities. Is the company, for example, on a market share growth strategy and willing to sacrifice margins and cash flow in the process? All these factors will influence cash flow from operating activities. And as I said when I kicked off this clip, if a company is bleeding cash in its cash flow from operating activities, that's a huge red flag. It questions the sustainability of the company. It questions the going concern assumption of that company. It is a huge red flag.